Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Working from home, protect your sensitive data with an extra layer of security at expressvpn.com/inside. Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian. It's weekend roundup time. As if things could not get worse for CD Projekt Red, they really did this week. Did I say really? I meant really. The developer of Cyberpunk 2077 revealed this week that they were the victims of a ransomware attack after some of their internal systems were compromised. And boy, these hackers, they are not playing around. So it started earlier in the week when CD Projekt Red tweeted out a note they got from the hackers who threatened to release the source code for Cyberpunk, The Witcher 3, something they called an unreleased version of Witcher 3, and the card game Gwent. Now, the hackers also threatened to release documents from the studio's accounting departments, HR, admin, legal, other departments if they didn't come to an agreement. And then there was this ominous threat. They warned that your public image will go down the even more and people will see how your company functions. Yikes. CD Projekt Red said in their tweet that although some devices in our network have been encrypted, our backups remain intact. We have already secured our IT infrastructure and begun restoring the data. Now, they said they've contacted authorities and they said they will not give in to the demands nor negotiate with the actor, being aware that this may eventually lead to the release of the compromised data. They are investigating, and they said that as of right now, they don't think any personal data of players has been compromised. And they put out a follow-up tweet where CD Projekt Red addressed former employees saying, as of this moment, we don't possess evidence that any of your personal data was accessed. However, we still recommend caution. But then it got even worse because later in the week, the hackers apparently started to make good on their threats. The source code for Gwent was leaked on a hacking forum and elsewhere on the internet, spots like 4chan, in a post called CD Projekt Leak number 1, probably means that more are on the way, and apparently they're starting to auction off the data. The cybersecurity account VX Underground reported the leak and added that Witcher 3, Cyberpunk, and more are being auctioned off on a hacker forum with a starting bid of $1 million US. So, obviously a tough situation. CD Projekt Red not backing down, but neither are the hackers. All right, we'll get to the rest of the stories in just a second. But first, guys, let's talk about ExpressVPN. Now, guys, when you use the bathroom, you always close the door behind you, right? You don't want a random person looking in on you. So why would you let people look in on you when you go online? Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like going to the bathroom and not closing the door. And you don't want to be one of those people who uses the bathroom with an open door. We all had that roommate. It was always awkward. Did you know that your internet service provider like Comcast or Verizon knows every single website you visit? What's worse, they can sell this information to ad companies and tech giants who will use your data to target you. ExpressVPN puts a stop to this. It creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet, so your online activity can't be seen by anyone. I use ExpressVPN on all my devices. It works on everything: phone, laptops, routers, so everybody who shares your Wi-Fi, they can be protected even if they don't have ExpressVPN. And the best part, ExpressVPN easy as closing the bathroom door. You just fire up the app, click one button, and you're protected. ExpressVPN, the world's #1 rated VPN by CNET, Wired, The Verge, countless others. So if you're like me and you believe your online activity is your business, secure yourself by visiting expressvpn.com/roundup today. Use my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/roundup. You can get an extra 3 months free. That's expressvpn.com/roundup. On to the rest of the stories. Well, some bad news for the rest of the stories. Apparently, Ubisoft wants to make more mobile and free-to-play games instead of actual good AAA games. Boo, this trend sucks so bad. I know it makes money, but it's so bad. I hate how the world is. IGN reported that in an investor call this week, Ubisoft said they're planning for 3 additional AAA releases in fiscal year 2022. That's great. But after that, here's the bad part. They don't want AAA games to be the focus of their business model. Oh no, you can see where this is going. CFO Frederick Duguay said that we see that we are progressively continuously moving from a model that used to be only focused on AAA releases to a model where we have a combination of strong releases from AAA and strong back catalog dynamics, but also complementing our program of new releases with free-to-play and other premium experiences. I hate it when they call a game an experience. I like it when I have the experience. To me, it's an experience. Don't call it that, though. It sounds so corporate and gross. He did say They do have a number of games in the pipeline. There's Far Cry 6, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Skull and Bones, Riders Republic, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time remake, Roller Champions. There's a mobile Assassin's Creed game coming to China. They can keep it as far as I'm concerned. But Duguay added, in fiscal 22, we will continue our evolution from a AAA release-centric model toward a model where AAA stands alongside new premium and free-to-play innovative experiences across platforms. So there you go. The game industry continues to move in a sucky direction. The end could be near for Anthem. I know, it's still alive apparently. Bloomberg reported that EA is set to review the latest version of Anthem next. That's the attempt to reboot Anthem and decide whether to make the team bigger or just kill it. They were supposed to do it by the end of the week. As of this recording, I don't know if they had come to a decision or not. So by the time you're watching this, maybe they did. As of right now, when I'm recording this, they hadn't, but they would really have to grow the team. It's currently apparently at about 30 people. Bloomberg cited sources who said they would at least need to triple that to make new content, continue overhauling the game. That's obviously, though, a lot more money, a lot bigger investment on EA's part. You got to wonder if they want to throw good money after bad, and EA never been afraid to close something down. Anthem, of course, it's been a disaster from the get-go. Almost 2 years ago it came out. Happy birthday, Anthem, and was blasted by critics and fans for bugs, performance issues, lack of content. You know the story. So we'll see what happens, but not looking good for old Anthem. E3 is going online only this year. VGC reports that they're planning for 3 days of live streams from June 15th through the 17th. The plan apparently as of now is to hold 2-hour keynote sessions from their games partners. That would mean like the big publishers probably. There's going to be an awards show planned, a preview night June 14th, other smaller streams. We don't know at this point, though, how many publishers and the big manufacturers have actually signed on. One apparently told VGC that they were going to run their own digital showcase rather than pay the 6 figures that E3 is asking to be a part of the 2021 showcase. Yeah, we can put our own thing on the internet for free, or at least not pay you 6 figures. We can save that. The ASA, which runs E3, said that they would soon share details, but they wouldn't confirm who has signed on. That's never a great sign, because if they had big names signed on, you bet your ass they would confirm and tell you who signed up. They said, we can confirm that we're transforming the E3 experience for 2021 and will soon share exact details on how we're bringing the global video game community together. Google recently shut down Stadia's internal game development studios, and now they've apparently lost one of the biggest name indie games ever. Things are going great. It all blew up on Twitter when Andrew Spinks, who is the lead developer of Terraria, vented after weeks of frustration because of his company, Relogic, got hit with a terms of service violation on their YouTube account, basically the game's official YouTube account, which also meant apparently Spinks's Google account was tied to that YouTube account. It meant Google apparently also banned his Google account. They spent weeks getting nowhere with Google and YouTube. Gee, that sounds familiar. Spinks finally had enough, tweeting that he lost access to all his apps on Google Play. His Google Drive data is gone, and he lost access to his Gmail address. He wrapped up by declaring, I absolutely have not done anything to violate your terms of service, so I can take this no other way than you deciding to burn this bridge. Consider it burned. Terraria for Google Stadia is canceled. Damn. You know what? Google, this is what happens when you let bots handle your customer service instead of real people. When there's no real person to call, this is what happened. And he lashed back in the only way he could, and I don't blame him. You'd think that Google would try to patch things up, especially that Stadia could use a big name game like Terraria, but they've never been accused of making good decisions when it comes to Stadia. All right, time for a 5-second review. It's still good. Still a good game. Bowser, he's still mad. That is a mad dragon or dinosaur, whatever he is. An iguana? All right, let's talk about the games coming out next week. First, jump, shoot, and slash your way through 30XX, the roguelike action platformer you can play with a friend. Explore lush, ever-changing worlds that mix precise platforming, fevered combat, destroy fearsome guardians, master unique powers, rediscover the 1,000 years we've lost. It comes to PC February 17th. King of Seas is an action role-playing game set in a procedural pirate world. An epic adventure awaits you in a fantastic world dotted with fights, lost islands, and treasures. a universe that will keep you anchored as you struggle to become the king of all pirates. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch February 18th. The Protagonist X1 is a gripping new turn-based tactical RPG. You're a highly trained soldier on a mission to infiltrate an alien space station. Of course, it all goes horribly wrong. Find your team, discover the hidden truth. It comes to PC February 18th. And last but not least, yeah, it's a slow week this week, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Ultimate Atom Caverns of Chaos. Experience the sequel of a traditional roguelike dungeon crawler classic. Endless procedurally generated dungeons, countless monsters, crafting, and a vast amount of skill trees and items allow for unlimited replayability. Journey into the ever-changing depths of the Caverns of Chaos. Now I feel bad for all these games for calling it a slow week. No disrespect, you guys. I feel bad. I hurt your feelings. It comes to PC February 18th. That's all the news I got for you this week, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend. We'll see you soon.